So you probably heard about the ghosts who haunt the Queen Mary in Long Beach, right? Now you can travel back in time to encounter the spirits in a new experience there at the ship. It's called Illusions of the Past, Legends of the Queen Mary, a theatrical seance. Master magician and apparitionist, is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's an apparitionist.
Aiden Sinclair is here. He's going to give us a sneak peek of the show. So you make things appear,
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, that's the idea, is that back in the 1800s, an apparitionist was someone that actually conjured spirits. A lot of times people are familiar with the term of like spirit mediums who would talk to ghosts. An apparitionist would use techniques of illusion and magic to kind of bring a ghost back to life, to actually manifest someone's fears in some cases. It is an interactive show that we do on the Queen Mary that kind of takes you back in time to kind of meet the ghosts and legends of the ship. We have a very intimate theater, and when you arrive at the Queen Mary, they kind of bring you down to our room. It's a very secret, hidden lounge that you get to access. And on top of some really amazing cocktails, we have a collection of haunted artifacts from around the world, things from the Titanic, things from the ship itself. And after you get to gaze upon those, you come back into our theater and kind of go back in time and witness things that people would see at a seance in the late 1800s.
Well, usually you have to set the scene, right? But the Queen Mary,
it does
you
it all by
already
itself.
Feel that as soon as you step near the ship.
And there's so many ghost stories about that place. Right. The thing that we really try to do at the show is every day people go to the Queen Mary in search of ghosts, and we try to connect them more to the people that were there before them. The idea of actually not looking at scary things, but more empathic things. The idea that you know, maybe ghosts are at the Queen Mary not because it's scary, but maybe because they were really happy there.
Just off the ship, there's a lot going on right now. They have Dark Harbor, which has
Harbor
like
is crazy.
The mazes, a lot of mazes.
They do.
They have an ice bar, and hundreds of people who are going to jump out and scare you. That's tonight through Friday, right?
That
but you're
ends
there
on Friday.
All year.
We run all year round. We just opened our show in the middle of Dark Harbor, but we will kind of continue for some folks who don't get enough Halloween. You can experience Halloween and hauntings for the rest of the year at our studio. So we're really excited to have people out. So,
and is it super scary?
It's not scary. It is emotional.
It's like an experience.
It is an experience. It's very immersive. We do caution people if they're recently bereaved. If you lost somebody in the last 6 months to a year, the show might not be a good show for you. It's age appropriate for 13 and up.
Okay.
Mainly because the show does delve into the areas of death and hauntings, and there are some pretty dark stories. Some of the people that sailed on the Queen Mary, they had some pretty horrible things happen to them, and we do kind of touch on those life stories a bit. We delve into the story of Rosemary Kennedy. She was a passenger on the Queen Mary, and was one of the last places she was ever herself before her family had her treated with a lobotomy. Yeah.
So you were going to do a trick or something?
Yeah, I figured
first.
we would try to see if we could manifest a fear today. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so the idea is hold out your hands flat, just like so, and right hand, left hand. What I'd like you to do is think of something that most people are afraid of that would fit in your hand. What kind of comes to mind for you?
A bug?
A bug. Okay, bugs are great. Now, obviously, there are no bugs in your hand, and I wouldn't put a bug in your hand. That would be a mean thing to do. What I'd like for you to do, though, is just bring your left hand forward and relax as much as you can, just like so, and place your other hand on top.
Think of bugs. You're going to scare me, and relax.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. So just relax.
Okay.
What I'd like for you to do is just imagine a bug. Because when you imagine a bug, you can manifest it. You can manage to actually imagine something into reality. Now, there was nothing in your hands, but if you were to think about it and imagine a bug in your hand, you could almost feel it crawling around, and that would be weird. If you imagine it strong enough, you could lift up your hand and it would appear.
That's what you want me to do?
Yeah, just lift up your hand casually. Very relaxed, and no, it would only appear in your imagination. Yeah. Because you said you were right-handed. If it was going to appear, if you covered your right hand, that's what makes it appear. Have a look. Yeah, he does that. I'm sorry. That's
oh, it's not
yeah. But anyhow, that's a manifestation, so to speak. And now you have a pet and a friend to come visit you, and hopefully you'll come visit us on the Queen Mary and say hello again.
Thank you, Aiden Sinclair.
Very welcome.
You can catch Illusions of the Past, Legends of the Queen Mary on select nights through January. You're laughing at me. General admission tickets
with you, always with you.
At $40.
So please come join us. Thank you, guys.
Aiden. put this bug away.